Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If this is the very first time you've discovered it, yay, you're finally here. We've all been waiting for you. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. And as you know, I love reading your comments and I reply to every single one of them. So keep them coming. Click down below. Well, after you watch the review. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Hard Miles. This dramatic and inspiring movie is now playing in theaters. It's rated PG-13. It's an hour and 48 minutes. And my overall movie review mom grade is an A. I thought it was really sweet. And in honor of the bicycle theme, today's sponsor is this really cool wall hanging that has a bicycle, but in the wheel, well, you can see it. It's got like a map of the world. Anyway, I thought it was super cool. So click on the link in the description below, and that helps my channel. It doesn't cost you a penny more to click on the Amazon link, but Amazon spreads financial rewards for my bank account. So I appreciate that. All right, so my goal is to save you time and money by giving you the scoop on filmmaking quality and content. So you can decide whether or not you want to spend your time and your money watching a particular film. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell first, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch this with friends or family, interesting lines, funny lines, and we'll finish up with recommendations with other films that are sort of similar that I think you might also like if you like this one, and vice versa. If you like those, then you might like this one. So in a nutshell, the movie is based on a true story about a teacher slash social worker who works at a medium security correction facility for teenagers in Colorado. He gets inspired to teach these troubled teens how to ride bicycles well in a Peloton and takes them on a transformative 1,000-mile ride all the way from Denver to the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Now, when I said the word Peloton, you're like, wait, isn't that the name of that company? Yeah, but a Peloton actually also means a group of bicycle riders, which I didn't even know until this movie. How did I not know that? I don't know. I'm not really a big bike rider. Although I did belong to a Peloton way back when I was a young girl, but we didn't call it Pelotons back then. Anyway, it's the story of the real life Greg Townsend and his Ridgeview Academy cycling team. The film was directed by R.J. Daniel Hanna, who also co-wrote it with Christian Sander. Already, the movie has won 8 awards at various film festivals, including the Audience Choice Award. So congratulations to the team. Let me give you some tips for parents. There is profanity and one F-bomb that I heard, as well as a few crude comments. I mean, the teenagers have big potty mouths, but so do some of the adults. So just a heads up on that. The faculty and the staff at the school are constantly saying language to the kids with these terrible potty mouths. There is some violence, and teens are constantly fighting and bickering with each other. So some of the themes that are illustrated really well are hard work and determination, discipline, second chances, father-son relationships and how tricky those can be, forgiveness, grit, teamwork, never giving up, parenting and child abuse, anger management, setting goals, and redemption. So there were a lot of things I really liked about this film. First of all, I love the analogy of a life-changing bike trip to help the troubled teens change their gears in life. See what I did there? Yeah, that's what the whole movie's all about. I also love that Sean Astin is such a family man who has been carefully choosing his roles in inspirational movies in recent years. Sadly, he's simply not in as many scenes in the film as I would have liked, but his presence is always welcome. I attend a big, huge genealogy conference every year called Roots Tech in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he was the one of the big keynote speakers, and it was such a pleasure to hear him talk about his family and the movies he's been in and his values, and I thought that was awesome. It's also really great to see Matthew Modine again and Leslie David Baker in something, and the young teens all do a fantastic job. They include Jackson Kelly, David Baker, Zachary T. Robbins, Joaquin Guillory, and Damian Diaz. Cynthia K. McWilliams offers the only real estrogen in the movie with her tender-hearted yet tough love advice to the team. The characters seem like real people instead of caricatures. I always appreciate that. And it's a lovely tribute to the real people who lived the actual events in the story. Another element of the story I liked is that it focuses on the coach who is also struggling with personal issues in his own way. After all, no one's life is perfect. And he admits that he is struggling, and he's got a really good support system around him with the other teachers or the people at the facility, but also with these young kids as they talk heart to heart. Everyone is fighting some kind of battle, which is why we all need to show grace, kindness, and patience with each other. And that message comes out loud and clear. Beautiful cinematography by Mac Fisher. We see a lot of flashbacks that provide insights into the characters' backstories. There's an interesting conversation about tenacity versus stubbornness. And where is that line in between those two things? What do you think? Comment down below. I think that is a really good question. Bring your box of tissues because you will get teary-eyed. There are some very sweet, touching moments. The title sure describes life, right? Hard miles. Life is hard. Nobody has it easy. We get to see stunning images of the Grand Canyon, and it is truly a sight to behold. At the end of the movie, we get to read the rest of the story on the screen as we see photos of some of the teen cyclists during the school's history. And we learn that the biking adventures continue to this very day. Now, with all of that praise, there were really only a couple of things I could think of that I didn't like or thought could have been done differently or better. For example, the movie is extremely predictable, but no one is going to care because it's such an inspirational story. And what makes it even better is it's a true story. And then I would love to have learned how to donate to the school or help with the projects or something to benefit the school's admirable service to struggling teenagers. Like at the end, I would have liked to have seen a phone number or a website or something like that. And the fact that they excluded it, I thought was interesting and maybe shows their humility that they don't want this movie to feel like a whole advertisement or fundraiser kind of a thing. So whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines simply so you can get a taste and feel for the dialogue and the script writing quality. I have all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share some of them with you right now. For example, Matthew Modine plays Greg Townsend, the coach, and he says, "Nothing looks better on Facebook than the Grand Canyon," as he's trying to sell this idea to the school, that he's going to take these kids off of the campus and have this, not just a little bike trip, but a really difficult 1,000-mile journey. And he's got a really good sense of humor. And you could tell the people that work at this facility with these tough kids, they've got to be tough themselves. And so he's talking to somebody and he says, "I'm sorry I hurt your feelings when I said you were stupid. I thought you already knew." I'm like, okay, that's not the kindest thing to say, but it shows that, he wasn't going to just be a doormat and let these kids walk all over him. And then Hattie, played by Cynthia K. McWilliams, she is also tough, but also kind. And she says to him, "You're too stubborn to die." And they have this very sweet, fun banter filled with love throughout the whole film, the coach and his helper who's there to support the team during this whole journey. And then an interesting line is spoken by Matthew Modine's character. I shouldn't say character because it's a real guy, Greg Townsend, who says, "Hard work overcomes hard luck." I thought that was a great line and so true. And then another line that he says is, "There's no reward for a job half done." He really pushes these kids and himself on this journey, physically, emotionally, mentally, the whole thing, which is so great to see, because I think that in today's society, generally people lack grit, that we just give up. And if anything is too hard, we cry victim. And, we think, oh, it shouldn't be hard. And so to see these kids doing really hard things is really admirable and impressive. So let me give you some recommendations for 4 films I instantly thought of as I was watching this one. And what's even more impressive is they're all based on true stories. So the first one is called McFarland, USA. It was filmed in 2015. And a friend of mine actually went to McFarland, and I said, oh, did you ever see the movie McFarland? He's like, no. I'm like, that was your alma mater. You should see the movie because it's good. Another one came out in 2019 called it's called Overcomer, not The Overcomer. Anyway, also really good. And then if you're a Dwayne Johnson fan like I am, you'll get a kick out of his 2006 movie called Gridiron Gang. And then the last movie that really is also such a classic true story sports film is Forever Strong. I think you will enjoy all of those. And I think that they're all pretty family friendly as well, a little bit of profanity and that kind of thing. So hopefully my reviews are helpful for you to decide whether or not you want to watch this or have your family watch this. I think that you will enjoy it, and you just will end the movie with a big dopey grin on your face. And that's always good to have in today's crazy world. When you get a minute, run over to my Facebook group called Movie Review Mom, where we talk about movies, of course. And you can also find me all over Instagram as Movie Review Mom and Trina Boice, where you can learn about my books when I offer them for free on Amazon, my online courses, my products, my other shenanigans, as well as all over other social media sites. So I really appreciate your support. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.